We're back. I uninstalled the drivers and then I restarted and there was a Windows update, so I was forced into that. Didn't realize there was one. But we'll see if this works. It looks like it's better. I don't want to jinx anything, but it looks like it's better. It's still running high, like it's still at 11%, but it's not dropping the frames anymore. It looks okay to me. Just let me know if it starts being bad again. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything if it ends up being bad again, but at least I'll be aware of it. I don't know. Thank you, thank you. Sorry it's a problem. I feel like I have a lot of problems. I don't think I see a lot of other streamers have issues like this. And it's annoying for me and it's annoying for you. Especially because you get pinged in my Discord every time I go live. I was hoping that beta would be up by the time that I was done, but that was only like 8 minutes. I haven't thoughts on being in Space Hell. I think he's probably just happy to be involved. I think he's one of those dogs. How do I restart these if does everyone have to leave first? Or does it time out? I'm gonna miss bounce back actually, like a lot. I'm glad we get to keep Dance of the Wind, but I will miss bounce back. Miss her. Oh, she just spawns. This is still not the one that I need though. I'm also gonna miss SCF. I know it's buggy as hell, but it's kind of fun sending your clones after stuff. When they do work, they're fun. But I think that if you're a qualifier for when it works, I think that's bad. I think in the long run, like overall, I think Dance of the Wind is probably better than Bounce Back. But Bounce Back had some certain use cases where it was really good. Especially because it was not just physical damage, right? I think on live we had a good mix between magic and fizz defenses, because Bounce Back would cover physical when Fort Brew wasn't enough, because if you're pressing Fort Brew on something, it probably hits pretty hard and you're probably, you know, a little starved for defensives, I guess, at that point. Because if it was magic, then you would just diffuse. But Bounce Back and Fort Brew work together. I think Fort Brew is going to feel extra bad without Bounce Back. Even if you take Bounce Back working by itself, if you like completely ignore that part, not having it to pair with Fort Brew is going to feel terrible. I think. Based on the dungeons that we have now, which I know are not the same, but it is permanently scaling content, infinitely scaling content. So it'll hurt again eventually. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're chilling for now at least. Oh, can I just spam this? I thought this was a weekly. I'm pretty sure it's a weekly on live. Hey Fire, how's it going? Oh wait, I'm out of invasion points. Or no, I'm not. I have one left. Worked, I finally ended. W. Dude, I need to spam invasion points because I need that one guy to spawn. I need him to die so I can be done with all these achievements. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for sticking around through the reset. Technical difficulties. Oh, I changed my, so what did I change? I uninstalled the drivers, there was a Windows update, and I changed my rescale output to 1440, because I have 4K monitors, so I was not downscaling my output at all, but now I am, so 1440, because I don't think being higher than 1440, I don't think Twitch can even do anything higher than that. YouTube maybe, for the OBS crashes. It was render lag I was having issues with. So like my GPU was overloaded or some shit, but it wasn't because it never had that problem before and I didn't change anything. So I'm blaming Windows for it, but I am trying to fix it until Windows figures it out because I don't trust them to figure it out. But I think this is better than it was. And the quality looks the same. I'll check YouTube because YouTube has different settings. Because YouTube has better settings for streaming than Twitch does. Has different settings. Looks good. Okay. We'll leave it at that for now. Okay, let's go turn in our little birdie. Fun IT times? Yeah, it's really fun. I love doing stuff like this. Yeah, I'm also on YouTube. YouTube gets my VODs and higher quality. YouTube gets 1440 and Twitch started 1440 support, but I wasn't actually able to get it to look good, so I just left it at 1080. And then Twitch gets live music and YouTube does not. You can be your own DJ. Bird. Cute bird. I'm out of emissary quests though. I'm glad they brought it back. It's pretty. It was kind of before I played too. Hey Gore, how's it going? Please turn on the servers. I might have to take a food break if beta takes too long. Although I just have to make, no, I don't have to make rice because I made it yesterday. Dude, it's fun. I like threes a lot more than twos. And I thought that it would be the opposite. Legion is before I did any real content. I've been playing since I was like 8. I've been playing for a long time, but I didn't do any endgame content until like technically BFA. I did get the Grove Warden from HFC, and that was like the first time I stepped into heroic raid because I wanted the mount. I found out very late about it. So I was like, doing like 12-hour days trying to pug that mount, and like the last week that it was available. And then I didn't do keys really in Legion. My highest was like a depleted 11 Arcway. Very strong fire mage. And then BFA was when I started to like actually do keys, and then that was my first CE was N'Zoth. So I've been playing for a while, I just haven't been competing or doing competitive anything. I think my biggest problem in PvP right now is that I just don't I don't know what anything does. We go against an AUG and I'm like, what the fuck, why is there an AUG in arenas? I thought all of these died. And then I just like Prez is just immune to CC and immune to kicks and healing while they're stunned, and I don't know what they do. I just know that I hate them. And I can never catch up to them. Like I don't know much about the specs in PvP, and I'm getting there, but it is fun. Now I play Windwalker for PvP. Because I play with a mistweaver. Double monk isn't like excellent, obviously, but it's still fun. He's trying to get me to play mistweaver and heal him. I don't know if he would play Windwalker or what, but I think I would become evil if I healed PvP, so I'm putting it off. Around BC, yeah, I had my first character in Classic, or in Vanilla, and then I didn't... The way that I played before is that I would hit max level and then the new expansion would come out, so I would just have to start leveling again, and I was extremely slow. So... I did see Buff Mistweaver. This was a really exciting AWC. It was fun to watch. They haven't said anything about it, but there is a server on the list now that's called Zaltat's Endgame, which we assume is going to be the level 90 servers. If not, we will probably just scale up to 90 in the instance. But we're waiting for them to come up for now. You were kicked when you got to Argus because you did know DPS and you understood. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, so 2s were fun, and I would see someone that I recognize every now and then, but then we started doing 3s, and I started seeing people that I know on Twitter, and I'm like, ooh, this is not good. Because if I know about them, they're probably a little bit better than the people we've been going up against before. Because I'm not really in the PvP sphere much. I do have my house on the cow plot, the 52, I think, for the Alliance area. Really sad that the Horde don't also get cows. I was worried that 3s were gonna be like, I step into it and I just blow up because I don't know what's happening, or that it's like just an insane amount of CC, and there's a lot of CC and micro CC makes me want to die, but it's not as overwhelming as I expected it to be. I'd like to do more of it. I do think this one's a cover. I don't think I have the original in the playlist. Yeah, like when I get CC'd by a Shadow Priest for like 0.5 seconds, I'm just like, bro, like 10 times in a row. That's a slight exaggeration, but I just sit there and I'm like, okay, this is fine. I think those are the two most frustrating things, is trying to process whatever that is, and then trying to catch Prez as Windwalker. I feel like I'm a Windwalker, and I feel like I'm so goddamn slow, and I can't ever catch up to anybody, even with Disable and Clash and Roll and Flying Serpent Kick and everything. I feel like I'm just constantly chasing and never gaining any ground. I do. I honestly, I haven't really used any other mice. I know people really like Logitech ones, but I haven't used them myself. You have one house for all toons, or does each toon get a house? You get one house per faction. So all of my Alliance characters will have the same house, and all of my Horde characters will have the same house. I don't know what they're going to do to that guy that leveled neutral throughout all of Pandaria. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he gets a house. Yeah, and then the Mistweaver build that they play in PvP is not the one that I like. So I don't know if I would enjoy it as much. I do really like Clash, and I do really like flying whatever, this one. That one's really fun. He should get his own unfaction plot. He just have an island. He gets to pick an island. Would you play Rushing Wind Kick or Conduit Lightning? Whichever one would be less disappointed in me for playing. So, I don't think he plays... Does he play Rushing? I don't know if he plays it or if he just doesn't like it but plays it anyway because it's good. Dude, that's what's great about housing, is that everyone can like it. Ooh, I'm not gonna try this because this one's heroic, right? I'm not gonna pull this, but I normally would. Alright. Wasn't someone in AWC playing... Bank was playing Harmony for one of them? Or... I was under the impression that you didn't ever do that. But if you're just trying to do damage, then maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I have to think that it's a different game. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble? Wait, what's his name? Um... I am curious, like, with the kick removal and everything, how that will change PvP. Because I feel like, at least in, like, 2s, was being able to kick, like, the healer being able to kick, felt very impactful. Hey, Yuka. You hope it doesn't lead to them feeling more passenger-y than keys. I think it probably will. That kind of seems like the goal, but why do I never get credit for these? They wanted to, what did they say? They wanted to make it more approachable. They wanted to make it less, like, intimidating of a role, or to reduce the amount of responsibility that healers have, but it's like, again, you take kicks away from them, they have a little less agency, now you're just healing more because kicks are not going to kill you, right? Like in lower keys, they're not going to kill you, you're just going to have to heal more. So that it still falls on you in the end, congratulations. But the expectation of kicking isn't there, I don't know. I think, I don't disagree with what they're trying to do, I don't like how they're approaching it though. I would have liked to have seen like a legitimate training grounds for DPS to learn how to press their defensives and learn how to use their stops and their kicks before removing healer kicks. Because healers simply not having a kick doesn't mean that DPS are going to use theirs. Like, they will still not. And I'm not even comparing that to like dungeons that we have now. Like, I'm not going to Priory like this will be impossible without a healer kick. Because we're not gonna have Priories anymore. Hopefully. Hopefully. But like I played Shadowlands and BFA when I didn't have a kick there, and I still died to things going off. And those dungeons were designed without healer kicks in mind. Or with no healer kicks in mind, so I don't really know. I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but I'm not, obviously. I don't know how pugs or like lower keys handle it. But it's kind of accepted that healer kicks were always the backup. Unless you had just like diabolical kicks, like a boomkin and a warlock or something. But even in like I did a pug priory the other day. And we had Hunter Havoc Pharaoh. Like we had normal kicks, but I was still like the backup kick. Because it's priory, I still have to heal a ton too. And I feel like that is kind of just accepted as like, yeah, the healer's always the backup. It's nice if they have it, but they're not in the rotation necessarily. But I don't know if that was universal. That might not be a thing. Plugs will type in chat before the key prior list. Yeah. Or they'll use the macro or the weak core or whatever it was. The ERT note thing. Hey buddy, how's it going? In Fellowship as DPS, you said kicking is my job. But kicking is your job. It doesn't become less your job just because your healer may or may not have a kick, I guess. And there's certain times where it's like, I specifically ask to not be in the kick rotation because I like the paladins in Priory. You have like a global sometimes, depending on how they queue up, to top people before the next basic one-shot, right? So in that case, I would like to not be in the kick rotation because that makes it a lot harder. But that's like the only example I can think of. There was one last season with Rookery in the first area. I didn't want to be kicking during the storm because, again, it's like extremely tight for Mistweaver. What am I doing? Tell that to the DPS. I do. That's what I was saying is I'd rather have a training ground for DPS to learn how to use their defensives and use their stops and kicks before they got rid of healer kicks. I wish that they would have taken a different approach. And to not removing healer agency or removing healer responsibility, but just teaching people how to play their spec. Because you don't really learn how to press defensives until you're in like, I guess like 14, 15 area is when things actually start doing like a concerning amount of damage where you want to think about it. No, kicks are not back. I'm saying I wish that instead of removing healer kicks, they would have taken a different approach to making healing a little bit less intimidating of a role to get into. That's the guy I need to kill. That looks like Balthazar. That's the guy I gotta kill in Invasions. Are they adding that in the new player intro? I don't know. It would be nice. It's yeah, it's not proving. I'm not on beta. It's not proving grounds, but it's like it's something similar. I remember it went up onto the group finder, but you weren't actually able to go into it. I just I don't think you'll see it today because I don't think that we have the dungeon because we're getting the old dungeons back. But it was a level of hilarious that I can't really convey. But the last boss of one of the dungeons, I think it was the arena, the Void Scar arena, maybe. No. Oh, I don't remember which one it was. It's one of the new dungeons. And the last boss has, if you guys remember Scholomance, like the new Scholomance, where Janus or whatever splits into like 15 different versions and you have to kill them to find the real one and then you end the phase. There's something very similar where you either have to kill the clone or you have to kick it. And that was, I went into that dungeon the same day that they took away healer kicks and I almost lost my mind because I'm like, okay, there's like, I want to say like 7 clones that need kicked and I'm just like, okay, cool. I didn't want to help with this anyway. I just wanted to sit here and be completely useless during this phase. There's not much damage in that phase either. I don't know if you can pair them or not. I just remember seeing it going. Okay. Blizzard has a funny sense of humor. That makes it no longer relevant. I haven't done training grounds enough in a very long time. Doesn't it scale you down? Or the mobs scale up or something? They could update that. Oh. Is that from Mistweaver? What? Maybe it was just called training grounds. I wish we could put training dummies in our house. That would be really nice. That you could actually like check breakpoints on abilities easier. Any notes? Not yet. No, I mean training grounds. There's like a new one, and I think it's called training grounds. And you just queue from it in the LFG. But we weren't able to actually go into it last build. I think we're gonna have to set up stuff. Like vines. Because if it's a new server. I just did this quest on live and I actually already don't remember what to do. Never mind. Oh, is it PvP? Hey, Drew. Yeah, when we were queuing, I would ask before, like, almost every match where I'm like, can I disarm DHs? Can I disarm hunters? What about DKs? Because half of the melee classes don't even use their fucking weapon. So I don't even know what disarm, like, what's worth taking against. Hey. Well, if it's PvP, that doesn't... it, like, kind of works. I don't know. It's good. We're kind of just in a waiting mode for new stuff for a while, though. How have you been, Drew? Waiting mode for 6 months? Yeah, and we got like 3 more. GG. It's over. Exploding violently here and there. Heard that. Yeah, I've been exploding for the past like 3 months. We were essentially living in the kitchen for 3 months because Brandy had surgery, so we needed to be downstairs to keep an eye on her. It was a long 3 months, but we did it. We're back upstairs. I don't remember where this one was. Yeah, her hair is also finally growing back. So her right butt cheek and leg area, her turkey leg was shaved. But her undercoat started coming back in, and now it's like the orange hair that's starting to come back. You can kind of see like the color change on her. It's a little less stark than it was before. Less toasted. No, a little more toasted. It was completely raw dough before. And now it has proofed. And we just put it in the oven, so it's getting toasty. Good bacon. I am rapidly increasing my eye level. This is good. I will, I will. You need to do the raids. I did Mythic and Taurus, but I haven't done Heroic. I need I need to do Tomb too. I didn't do it at all. I did LFR yesterday. And I haven't done it at all outside of that. Yeah, dude. I really hope we have damage meters tomorrow. We're gonna log raid, but I would just like to be able to see, like, in real time what I'm doing. Ooh, enjoy your cheeseburger. Have a good one. Please bring up the servers. I don't know why I thought it was coming at noon. Obviously it's not. But I don't know why I had noon like in my head. Ooh, that sounds good. There's a person here that does pretzels that I've been meaning to visit. I just haven't. Maybe before Thanksgiving. Ooh, it's just like a local, like I think it's just a woman that just makes them out of her house. Because the farmers markets are done until it warms up again. So I'm looking for other ways to get like fresh made stuff that I don't have to actually go into town for. No, Liren is gonna bake stuff for BlizzCon though. She made cookies. I think it was the 2019 one. They are very good. They are very good. Oh, is there a beta update? Shada, thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. How's it going? Mine says it's up to date, but I'm also logged in. I was kind of waiting for Wowhead data mining, because usually they get it before I do. Are you 64.33.9 is your version? Usually it doesn't let me check for updates while I'm playing, so we can log out real quick and check. Sometimes you also have to like force close BattleNet. Yeah, I did Mythic and Taurus and a Pug, but I haven't done Heroic yet. No update. Shit. Raz, thank you for the 2 months. How's it going? What data but still 33.9? Oh. That's weird. Yeah, mine says it's up to date. I just want to do keys. Yeah, they went down earlier today. Like 2 hours ago, probably. Maybe 3. Sag. Please. You have to do the whole campaign to unlock it? No, you can just walk in. I didn't do any quests and I immediately just took the teleporter and you can just go there, which is really nice. I don't think I've even done the Argus campaign yet because I'm still on Broken Isle stuff. You can't fort there? Uh-oh. I might be a liar. I didn't do any quests though when I logged in. What happened here? What the fuck? I was wondering why it felt funny. Now it's way too high. Oh, the order hall. Me when I lie. Sorry, I wasn't on purpose. I did do order hall stuff yesterday, but I hadn't done any Argus quests. Oh, is it 3? Hey Barb, how's it going? Hmm. What? Is she dodging you? Hello. Does it actually start at 3? I have Expressway for a while. I think Expressway bold. 740 I think is the cap, yeah. Some people got it like in the first week, which is crazy. But I think 740 is as high as it goes. I'm almost there. 20 eye level short. Yeah, they said 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't even know why I thought that. There must have been a blue post because I'm not the only one that was saying that. That's a weak aura. I don't know if the weak aura is actually very good though. Because it said 3.5 earlier, and then every time I relog it like adds 0.4 for some reason. Midnight Season 1 dungeon testing begins Tuesday, November 18th at 12 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so that's why I thought that, but it's just late. Which is not abnormal. This is the one I use. I don't know if there's an updated one or not. I do have the Bruto, yeah. Noon Pacific is a weird time for stuff to go live though, because they usually do wait until like 3. It's back, but it costs a lot. Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same price as it was. Like, I gotta blow my nose. Did I what? Is the background new? The transition's new. I've had that for a while though. Probably like, 2 months? Like 6? Whenever I started using it in videos is when I added it as like a transition as well. I just don't change scenes very often, so we don't see it a lot. It's usually just like the first 10 minutes when I'm going from the starting soon to live. Oh wait, these are heroic mobs. Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, I haven't had cam on lately. Mostly because I've been downstairs, but also because it's tiring. Which sounds funny, but it is tiring. I haven't done any praise system on beta. I would kind of like to check it out, but it didn't sound like it was working very well. True. Hello, Kovu. Can you turn the servers on, please? I need them to do BFA remix. No, they're not up yet. Beta keys are today when the servers come up. And surely they'll just work. Surely the servers will come up and beta will just work. The keys will work. Surely. That's never not happened before, so... Yeah, I have, we were kind of doing a guild group is Clandon and Pike, but I want to see mistweaver stuff, and Clandon's not gonna play Shadow. Because, I mean, I don't blame him. So I might just take Cass, and we might do 2 groups. Because I want to see mistweaver before I see Windwalker. No offense to Windwalker, I just don't care about it as much. I mean, I do, but I'd like it to be good. I just don't know how to theory craft for Windwalker, so. It's giving a lower amount than the website for tracking. I grabbed this like the first week, so it may not be working at all. What's it called? Completionism? Completionist? Wow, completion. Yeah. Cryo, thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. How's it going? Feels pretty recent. BFA was 7 years ago, right? 2018. Maybe they're doing like 10 years or older, because Legion's also gonna be, oh, it's 9 right now, right? 2016. It does pass, definitely, that's true. If it's me posting about cows, then probably. Dude, I can't believe BFA was that long ago. It really doesn't feel like it. You feel old? Why? I wasn't. It was just the expansion's age. I hope I can get them into my house somehow. I just don't know if I'll be able to. Maybe they'll add something. But I think that they are an outside thing only. If I can even get them to stay in my yard, I'd have to like knock them because they don't leash, or they didn't in the first alpha build. I used to have a demonic sleep schedule in BFA. It was not good. Even Shadowlands too. The new cadence is interesting. It's like I can't believe we're already getting another expansion because I feel like the War Within launch was just not that long ago. But we've also been in the War Within for a long time. What's a sleep schedule? I'm in bed by 10 most of the time now, if not before. Unless there's something to do. Yeah, I got grandma's sleep schedule. You got up at 6 p.m.? Oh man. I think the latest I'd ever wake up when I would stay up real late was like 3. It was just not fun. That was not a good schedule to have. Why can't I hit any of these? Bed by 9, wake up at 4. I don't wake up that early. I'll do like 8 or 9. Or if it was the other day, 5 because Brandy decided it was time to be awake. I don't love the winter here with how dark it gets. It's getting dark by like 3:30, which is only like 30 minutes more than where I used to live, but it just makes such a big difference for some reason. I never really liked Shaman very much. Resto was fine in Shadowlands. I really liked Vesper, but I don't love I don't love it. It always just felt so slow to me. See you later, Zoro. Have a good night. Thank you, Trinkets. I've been having fun posting about them. I was really happy to see the new models. I hope that they make them moo at some point. Like, with interactions, but I'm happy with them just being cute. Yeah, this is Remix. What would you say has been your favorite expansion for Mistweaver? Probably Dragonflight. That's kind of the best run of Mythic Plus that we've ever had. And I really like the Jadefire Stomp playstyle. Pretty good run in raid as well. Playstyle wise, it was fun, and performance wise, it was doing well, so I feel like that's a win-win. We'll say second half of Dragonflight, because the first half was a little rough. Yeah, I'll keep playing Mistweaver, even if it's not the best. If Mistweaver is so bad that I can't do any content, I'll play an alt, but I don't think that it would. I don't think it would get to that state. Uh-oh. Getting PvP'd by mobs. You have a lot of variety, yeah. My main concern is we don't have a thing. Our thing is throughput, but that has not really gone well in the past, so if we don't have the throughput, we have nothing, right? Or if throughput's not the deciding factor on why you're bringing something or not bringing something, we're still lacking a key piece of utility that makes us important, I guess. I'm also worried about our mana and raids because we in like 230. We very quickly. I was too, but I think it'll be fine. I understand the intention. It might not be perfect right now, but I think the intention is to have them split so that you can have powerful Vivify Cleave and Raid without it being crazy in keys, and so you can have a tuning knob between the two forms of content, because it does matter quite a bit with the player count, target count. I would like Mistweaver and HPAL to have their kicks back though. I think the melee healers should be able to keep it. Your main concern is spot healing? I'm not super worried about it, but I understand that it depends on the dungeon, right? I think Ancient Teachings is going to take care of most of our spot healing. I think being melee, you should have the kick still. Oh. Am I vacuuming cats? What is this? Oh, calming them down. Was having agencies. Okay, so I am very curious about your opinion on this because in Shadowlands and in BFA and Legion, though I didn't play much Legion keys, healers were still dying to miss kicks, and people were still dying to miss kicks even when healers largely did not have kicks except for Shaman, which is still true. It will be true again. The responsibility still falls on you to heal the damage that would have otherwise been kicked by you. So instead of having a choice on having a kick or not, you'd rather just not have the choice and yeah, that's fine. You'd rather just die, like, instead of having a chance to prevent the damage in the first place. Those dungeons were made without healer kicks, and it still happened very regularly. If they tune them the way that there's less frequent casts or casters, a less lethal cast. Yeah, but then if they're less lethal, then you just have to heal more, and congratulations, you once again have more work to do. When before you could just kick it. Oh my god, dude. And then the notes, they're like, oh, we're gonna make generic shoot or, you know, like the random shot damage. It's not going to target the same person as frequently. I'm like, you've said that 5 times, I think, in the War Within, and it still does that shit. Like in halls, the issue isn't, oh, I got targeted. I mean, it's partially an issue. I got targeted 4 times in a row by shoot. That sucks. And people do die to that. But the problem is when they're not shooting anybody and then they all queue up at the same time and they all pick the same person. Because as far as each of the mobs are concerned, they're not being targeted by one. Because they weren't when they started their cast, but now they have all 4. Yay! You know, like, that was a bigger problem, I think, than getting targeted multiple times. They're both issues, but this doesn't fix it. And thank you for the 68 months. 1 more month until the best one. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. I don't know. It's like I've played with healer kicks, I played without healer kicks, and we died to kicks either way, so I don't really understand why you would want the choice to be taken away. I have played both, and I much prefer having a kick. Less cognitive load. It's not less, though. Because you're still going to be watching who doesn't have a kick. Okay, this cast is going to go off because we don't have a kick, so now I have to make sure that this person's topped. It's still the same. I don't think that adding 1 button was cognitive load. You know. It's 1 button. And for mistweaver and pally, it's okay, you have to make sure that you're close enough to your kick target. Great. But there's so many instances. There are so many instances where me having a kick has been far more beneficial than not having one. Okay, so I don't know if 15s are going to be easier, or whatever arbitrary number we want to pick for like non-high keys. I don't know if it'll be easier. I think that it technically reduces the pressure on you as a healer in higher keys, because if a cast goes off, they die, and you don't have to heal it, because they will just blow up. In a lower key, it's not going to kill you, so it's just more work for you, right? Like if you miss smites and stuff in Priory, it's gonna do damage. You're probably not gonna die to it, but you still need to heal it back. But it's very likely gonna be a one-shot in like a 20 or whatever, right? Oh. I don't really understand why they couldn't reduce the amount of kicks, but let healers keep theirs. Like, I don't know why that wasn't an option. Just simply more agency to prevent damage and not rely on others to kick an important cast. Yeah. I like having the choice. This guy is beating me up. I forgot it's heroic. Ah, fuck. It's over for me. I really wish I had chi transfer right now. This would be clutch, actually. Need my touch of death, my touch of death healing. I actually really like that talent. I don't know if we're gonna end up taking it very often. Maybe as Windwalker, but I like the flavor. I think it's fun. They're oversimplifying specs too much and taking a lot of agency away. Yeah, I think Monk got off pretty easy on it. I think Shaman got the worst of it, is what it sounds like. That guy was beating my ass. Need more leech gear. Hello, servers. If everyone had full agency, healers wouldn't exist. Well, you don't have to take it so far as saying that make healers irrelevant. You should just add unavoidable damage at that point where you have to bring a healer. That is such an exaggeration. Everyone's a world first raider because I'm on NA. Everyone's a world first raider because they don't like simple specs. I mean, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Oh wait, this is a rare too, and I just pulled with half health. This may be done for me. Ah, oops. Yeah, SEF I'm gonna miss flavor-wise, but it didn't function very well. It is very core class fantasy, but it's also has been bugged since MOP. Like, right? It kind of has. 90% of players can't even play their spec properly. They're complaining about pruning. I don't understand why that matters. I'm not a world first player. I don't want to have a 2 or 3 button rotation. That sounds boring as fuck to me. I think a lot of the opinions that you're hearing are people that play competitively in some aspect. I think everyone else does not care. Dude, I hate the crafting system. I wish they would get rid of it. Or like embellishments. I wish they would get rid of embellishments. After Spore Cloak, literally the first season of embellishments, Spore Cloak was banger, and then it's just been piss ever since. It's been so bad. I have an issue with SEF just standing there and not attacking a lot of the times. I feel like I have to constantly refocus them, otherwise there's a chance that they just like won't lightning. I think Mistweaver got an appropriate amount of pruning, rather. I will miss Expel Harm. It was kind of niche, but I will miss it. I will miss Diffuse greatly. And then I think Cheeverse was removed. I think that was appropriate. I think Mistweaver got good pruning. Especially as a spec that does notoriously have a ton of buttons already, right? But then you look at Shaman, they can play with a macro. They can play with a one button macro. They didn't look, they literally didn't lightning right there because they're stupid. Yeah, I think Dune posted it after the first beta cycle. The Shaman healing macro. Like Cheeverse was pretty. I'll give it that. It just wasn't, it was just too niche. It didn't really have a place. What am I in combat with? Release me! In damage and in heals. I mean, yeah, all of our forms of gameplay involve our melee rotation. The cardigan, yeah, it's like a zip up, like hoodie thing. It's got a zipper. It's just really, it's wool, so it's super warm. So I will suffocate. Lacking some personal agency is good. Yeah. I don't think you should be able to... Oh. I don't think you should be able to tank forever with no healer, and I don't think the DPS should have so many externals or whatnot to survive entirely by themselves. But it sucks to not have a choice at all. It also sucks being overly reliant on them. Like in Season 1 of Dragonflight, Mistweaver was very reliant. Specifically on... like Herja. Because we don't have Legacy yet, and Shaylin's Gift was just a random 3 targets, and our spot healing was very bad. We had really bad healing. We were reliant on a trinket, and then we needed AG, NV, and Vampiric to heal through Herja. Because it was so much damage, and we couldn't reliably heal 5 people. Like, we had to have such a ridiculously specialized comp to do that boss. And you're still like 2-3 key levels below everyone else for it. It's so bad. Being overly reliant on your comp and on other people is not enjoyable. A document where you listed the things that were broken. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think that was when I like first started looking at Windwalker again for the expansion. Yeah, Master of Harmony is done by the Brew dev, which is why it always takes a little bit longer, so we're kind of just waiting on anything for that. Right now, Conduit and everything. Tiger Eye sucks ass. Oh no. Oh, so are Windwalkers happy? People have been asking me, but I don't really have my finger on it. They were happy the first day with SEF going away, but like, I don't know how it's progressed since then. I know slicing wins is a hot topic and people don't like it, and I understand that. I think that the conduit change was nice so that it's Zwen into conduit instead of conduit into Zwen. I don't like losing Thunder King or Last Emperor's whatever capacitor. And then Whirling Dragon Punch and Strike of the Windlord being on the same choice node to me are weird, and I don't really like it. I kind of liked having both. I'm very excited to see Pitasaran as well. We were talking about it before they announced the dungeon pool. It was like maybe a month before. We were in an ecodome and we were talking about what dungeons we want to see, and I was going through all of them. I'm like, Pitasaran would be cool, and that's like all I had to say about it. It's just open. At least the old version was. It'd be cool to see. But I go back and forth with the lightning thing because part of the reason why I like it is because of SEF. Like seeing the clones do it, like that burst damage felt good. But if SEF is going away, I don't know if it'd be as fun. I think next. Oh wait, that's no, that is Wrath. Nexus could probably be one. It's just really long. It's a lot of running. Oh, actually, I bet both of the troll ones could come back. Very linear, except for that one part in Goonjack where you can like go around the top part. I don't know if I would want them, but I could see it happening. If we're getting a Strathlome patch, I could see Strath or Coling. Probably not Coling because there's so much roleplay, but I could see Strathlome coming back in some way. Why am I standing here? I was just standing here with this guy, but for what? Violet hold. Ugh. Ugh. And for Outlaw Rogue, she's not leveled. She gained one single level from the Halloween boss this year. Wait, why is this not unlocked for me? Because I haven't done the quest. Hate that. Tiger Eye should just be the main cooldown Z and it feels weird. Did they? Yeah, so they changed Flurry Strikes, right? It's now on like an auto attack thing. Is that better than what it was before? Auto attack stuff is weird to me. That feels very like classic WoW. And I don't love it, but I know that the spec has downtime where you are just meleeing. But I don't know if I like that idea. Did Outlaw lose a lot of buttons? Complete the trial. It won't even let me walk in though. Is it like a one at a time type of thing? Oh, he died. I want to let me in. I don't understand. Why? Why not? Bugged? Or... He can't get in either. The Druid got in. Do I have to click something? Yeah, pandas bounce. That's the racial name. Oh, is it part of it? But it's a world quest. I wonder if it's both, and I can't do it because I haven't done the quest. Cheat. Ah, you bitch. Wait. I'm on Argus. Only usable on the Broken Isles and Argus. That's where I am. Please. I don't know. Do you think mistweaver will be the most wanted healer for pushing Mythic Plus one day? Not without a significant rework or some crazy tool that we don't currently have. Yeah, I mostly play mistweaver, but I have been dabbling in Windwalker in PvP and in keys a bit. No brew though. Yeah, mistweaver will not be meta until we have something that others do not. We don't have a thing. Shaman will be wanted because of kick now. That historically is not true. Shaman has always had their kick, and they were pretty pissed in keys until like up to Shadowlands, and they had a good season in Shadowlands. And they had a good war then. But it wasn't because of their kick. I actually saw on the forums there was someone that had recommended no, Druid was still meta. Mistweaver was more popular, but Druid was still beating us on highest keys. Like within the 0.1% area, Mistweaver was more numerous than Druid, but Druid still had higher keys. Someone had actually recommended that Monk get some like tea party type thing where it's like a food buff or a feast but better. And I would like that. I thought that was cute. I think Song of Chi-Ji is on my shit list. I think it needs reworked. We'd have a Shroud, like thematically that would make sense. I know rogues have it, but if you could put it on a healer, that'd be bonkers. But right now there's more reason to not bring a Mistweaver than there is to bring one, and that is bad. I don't want to fly the thing. We need a real tank button. We need to not spend 4 points on Life Cocoon and still have it be the worst button in the world. The worst external. I need Life Cocoon to actually be able to do something for my tank. Last 5 seasons I've been Druid or Disc Priest, yeah. Priest, overall, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna explain why. Priest is the single class that has the most titles held. At least a couple of seasons ago. I don't know if that's still true. I think up until last season that was true, but now I don't know. But that's because Priest was really bad in keys, and they didn't introduce title until Shadowlands, and that's when it started to get good. But prior to that, you know, that doesn't count anymore because title exists. Like, oh, they were really bad in BFA. Title didn't exist in BFA. Well, that's okay. It fits my narrative. I should stop doing this. I should stop pulling so much stuff, forgetting that I'm on hardcore or whatever. Prior to titles as Paladin and Druid. Yeah, Pally and Druid. This is probably out of date now, but Pally and Druid were tied for the #1 spot for like rank 1 finishes. But that was probably a stat from Dragonflight, so it's changed, I bet. Have you tried Brewmaster? No. No. Druid was bad in season 1 of Shadowlands. Resto may have been, but I think Boomkin was still played, right? Oh, I'm saying healer. So Priest overall as a class, yes, but then when it came to titles between Resto or between Druid and Pally, that was healers only. I don't know about the others. Yeah. Yeah, PI is fun. PI and Mind Soothe and Fort Buff. That's a weak aura for my Dance of Chi-Ji procs. I have it for Mistweaver too, we just never talent into it. Pally and Disc, I think were both good in season 1. Season 2, I think, was still Pally. Season 4, I remember, was Holy Priest, and Fated was Holy Priest. Shaman may have been season 3. I don't remember. Yeah, Shaman got Vesper, and then it had the Earth LE legendary. It was so much damage. Well, so the meta for Shadowlands was how much damage can your healer do, right? Mistweaver was dead fucking last. Shaman was pretty high. Pally had Ashen. Priest brought PI. They weren't super popular priests, but towards the end they were. When they got, it was like a fairy meta or something for warlocks. PI and fairies for warlock. Yeah, Ashen was a mistake though. Diabolical button. I don't remember much Resto Druid in Shadowlands at all. I think they got beat out by Boomkin every single time. Boon of the Ascended was actually very cool, and I wish that it would have stuck around. I wish that it would have stayed. Maybe I would actually like Priest if they had it. I just don't. Part of why I don't like Priest is because they're so passenger. Because you have very little CC, you don't have a kick, you're literally just there to DPS and heal. And I don't like that. Also, you're slow as shit, and I don't like that either. Priest is about as opposite of Monk as you can get. Oh, is Mind Games gone forever now? Oh, I don't know if Shadow has it. Oh, I was reading chat. I think overall Mistweaver is I have a positive impression of it, but that could be determined entirely by tuning. If tuning's bad, then it's just over because we don't have anything else. They removed it from Discipline at midnight. Discipline got a lot simpler. I remember I played it in like 2 keys, like 2 little baby keys in last season because it was so overpowered. It had, I put my bars together, I'm like, there's no way this is it. There's no way this is the only stuff that I have, right? And then it was. It was weird. Did not like it. Yeah, if that. Where are the notes? Nothing? Firefox update? Is it competitive in Mythic Plus? Probably not. They go zoom in like 2 minutes. You might be able to play it, but it's not going to compete. Once servers come up, we'll try a bunch of stuff, but it's very low on my priority list because I don't think it will ever be competitive. I think it's pretty clearly being designed that Yu'lon is for raid and Chi-Chi's for keys. I think this guy hurts. Oh wait. Will it work? I do not know. I have not been keeping up with add-on stuff so much. Excitement or hopefulness? I am cautiously optimistic, but I'm not very good at being optimistic. That's kind of where I'm at. I want it to be good. I think we have a lot of potential, but all we have still is just numbers. So if our numbers are bad, then it's over for us. Or if our numbers are good, but someone is close to us, then it's still over for us. Right now, the biggest issues is with our raid stuff is that it's just not really working. We go extremely fast. And Yu'lon is like a glorified statue, like Healing Stream. I think Healing Stream might be better. He's just throwing shit at me. I can't stun these. I am concerned about our personal survivability. Not necessarily. I'm sad about Diffuse going away. Everyone lost defensives, but I'm less concerned about losing Diffuse and more with the fact that the only thing that we have left is Fort Brew. Because Fort Brew is really bad. A lot of the times what we try to do on live right now is pair Fort Brew with a bounce back proc, like if you can. Because using Diffuse with bounce back is kind of overkill. Because Diffuse is so good, but Fort Brew is really awful, and I'm worried about that being the only thing that we actually have as an active defensive. We still have Dance of the Wind, which is really good, but you can't necessarily guarantee that you're going to have it for the mechanic or that it will work. Because it is only Fizz, so. We gained a little bit of stamina on our Jadefire teachings. It's now 8% instead of 3. Or 5, rather. We gained 3%. But Life Cocoon is still Life Cocoon, and that's for our tank, hopefully. Or for a squishy DPS, and all we have is Fort. We don't have Karma, no. We have, defensive-wise, we have Dance of the Wind, kind of, Fort Brew, and Life Cocoon, and Chi Cocoons, but those are so small, they rarely prevent actual, like, one-shots. I don't count them as defensives because they're not, they're kind of just healing. Isn't the dog over here? Yeah. When he spawns. You have Dance, Karma, and Brew. Yeah, Karma, I mean, Karma's not even excellent either, but I hope Fort Brew maybe gets some love, or maybe everything's just gonna be tuned to the point where defenses just aren't really needed, which sounds a little spooky. That sounds like a scary world to play keys in. I don't know. Yeah. I think technically, like, I do think that keeping Fort Brew is better because if you didn't have Fort Brew, you would just not have a defensive for anything that wasn't magic. But Diffuse was so good. Diffuse was such a clutch button. Dude, I know, and I'm like, okay, so we got the Diffuse secondary. Is that gonna... How is that gonna function? The same as live. Okay. So it doesn't do anything. Because it never fucking works. Anything that it works on gets removed. At least in PvE. Oh, I can't even loot him? The fuck? Wait, I never got my mail from the dogs earlier either. Bitch. Is that model bugged? Because that's the same model as the bug. Well, okay, so diffuse will always dispel. It just won't always do damage. And by won't always, I mean very rarely will ever do damage. It worked so well in Shadowlands, and then after Shadowlands, they're just like, no, we don't want you reflecting shit. Even the warrior gets to keep Straw Reflect for all the things that worked for them. Diffuse doesn't work, even though Diffuse is objectively worse. I'm not mad about it, obviously. Not bitter or anything. Why can't I loot any of these fuckers? They don't have stuff for me? What's up? Are we still bad once we leave boss melee range? It won't be as bad, but yeah, most of our healing still comes from damage conversion and keys. Has Diffuse done anything this expansion besides killing teammates in Dawnbreaker? No. It briefly... So, Stygian Seed has a very, very, very small chance to actually do damage to the mobs. I got it to happen one single time. It will always deal damage to your teammates. Same thing with the Moth and Miss, and that's about it. The Fiery Jaws in Workshop worked initially, and then they removed it. It also worked on the Spark Burst thing from the robots. And that worked in BFA, and then they removed it. Don't know why. I don't understand. Basically anything that worked got removed this expansion. Spell Flex still works though. The same fucking thing. It's actually worse. Because you can only use it on dots. And it's a major defensive and you don't get DR if you use it afterwards. And it's a minute and a half versus what? Spell Flex, like, you get... Okay, you get DR regardless of if you reflect, and it's like a 25-second cooldown? Like, why is that? What? What? I don't understand. I like Chi Transfer. I think it's actually... I don't know if I'll use it as Mistweaver, but I think Windwalker will probably want it. I had been maintaining that Excel sheet that I put on the website since Shadowlands. Or since... maybe even since BFA, and I am not updating it anymore because anything that gets put on there, it just gets removed. So I am just not going to provide that resource anymore. And if they want to remove a diffuse interaction, they're gonna have to watch it happen live. Or figure it out themselves, because I'm not doing it anymore. Because I want shit to stay in the game when it benefits me. When that's how the spell's supposed to work. It's not even a bug. If it was a bug, I would not mind, but it's literally how the spell's supposed to work. Chi transfer is that you heal for 50% of your touch of death damage. A big self-heal. Yeah. I was making jokes about how servers will be more stable tomorrow because they're not releasing keys at the same time until keys get delayed. And it's not looking good. SCF was kind of special though, because it had been bugged like that forever, right? Like it's been as buggy as it is since MOP. It's kind of always been like that. I don't know if people are super happy about the like flattening of DPS and making it not as bursty. But that was kind of the point of having different DPS was different damage profiles, right? I don't know how much that actually impacts players. What's the range on this? Night Elf or Dwarf, they're both good. I prefer Night Elf for healers for mild resing though. Oh, they come down real low. I might take a break here to eat and then come back whenever PTR is back or whenever beta's back. I am sleepy. I need food. I don't know when they're gonna come up. We're on 3 hours delayed right now. I don't think they've made a post about it yet. Can you teach me how to heal with Monk? I have a lot of videos going over that on my YouTube, yeah. Don't put too much salt. All of my salt has been reserved for Mistweaver, for Life Cocoon specifically, and maybe diffuse a little bit as a treat. Just check real quick. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like they've said anything. Has not said anything. Okay. I will be back later whenever they decide to turn beta servers back on. If they don't come back on today, I will see you guys tomorrow for rig testing. Bright and early. I think it's not bright and early, it's like 1 p.m. I think. So if they don't come back, I will see you tomorrow. If they do come back, I will see you later. EU and NA are merged on beta. Yeah, every region is in one area on beta. All together. I think I'm gonna send you guys, if Kess is still alive, I'll send you over there because we were planning on doing some beta stuff, so there we go. I think we fixed our problem though, which is good, so we were productive.